Hi guys, Zach here and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to explain what are inversions and how can inversions make our writing better. As usual, I will have some spreadsheets for you to download at the end of the video, so make sure you stay tuned and search for that download link somewhere in the video. When we write in English, whether it's prose or argumentative essay, the traditional word order of a statement is subject plus verb. With inversions, we break this order and the new order is verb plus subject. We use inversions to add emphasis to statements and variety to our writing. Inversions can make our sentences sound fresh, unusual, or striking. You may have noticed that we use inversions in English for questions most of the time, maybe all the time. For example, you're happy becomes are you happy? Or I can help you changes to can I help you? It is very easy grammar. But we can also use inversions in a sentence when it's not a question. And this technique is not quite as simple though. You need to be careful with inversions because they are not for everyday communication. We use inversions in formal statements and most often in writing, such as in argumentative essay or in literature. There are more than 15 types of inversions, but in this video I'm going to explain the ones we use mostly in academic writing. Inversions are important if you're going to take IELTS or TOEFL or some other test in English as a second language. They strengthen your point and make your writing more memorable. So let's begin. We have inversions after negative adverbial. Adverbial is a word or a phrase functioning like adverb. In formal writing, we use negative adverbials at the beginning of a clause. Please remember, there are two tenses where we need to add do, does, did. Present simple with any verb except the verb to be. We add do or does. Past simple with any verb except the verb to be. We add did. So let's look at example in a traditional order. We seldom have goods returned to us because they're faulty. Because this sentence is in present simple and the main verb is have, when we invert, we need to add the verb do. So let's look at the inversion. Seldom do we have goods returned to us because they're faulty. Now let's look at another example where the traditional sentence is not in present simple. So we have the normal order. I have seldom seen such beautiful work. This sentence is in present perfect. We have the auxiliary verb have plus past participle seen. Because this sentence is not in present simple, when we do inversion, we don't have to add the verb do. Now let's look at the inversion. Seldom have I seen such beautiful work. Let's look at some more negative adverbs and adverb phrases that we often use with inversion. We have hardly. Hardly had I got to the kitchen when he came. Only later did she realize about the mistake. Only in this way was she able to complete the report. Only once did I go to the beach the whole time I was in Spain. At no time did they actually break the rules of the game. Under no circumstances are passengers permitted to open the doors themselves. Not a word has she written since the exam had started. In the following expressions, the inversion comes in the second part of the sentence. Not until the situation gets worse will he see a doctor. Only when she apologizes will I speak to her again. Only after Only after I had seen her flat did I understand why she wanted to move out. Only by studying really hard could she pass the exam. We use so plus adjective at the beginning of a clause to give special emphasis to the adjective. When we do this, the subject and the first auxiliary are inverted. We add do when present simple is required. So let's look at the traditional order. Her business was so successful that she was able to retire at the age of 50. When we do inversion, it would be so successful was her business that she was able to retire at the age of 50. Now let's go back to another example. The weather condition became so dangerous that all mountain roads were closed. And with inversion, that would be so dangerous did weather conditions become that all mountain roads were closed. We can use inversions instead of if in conditionals with had, were, and should. And this is quite formal. So normal conditional would be if I had been there, this problem wouldn't have happened. Conditional with inversion would be had I been there, this problem wouldn't have happened. Let's look at another example. If we had arrived sooner, we could have prevented this tragedy. And conditional with inversion would be had we arrived sooner, we could have prevented this tragedy. Wow, you have just learned about inversions and you cannot wait to demonstrate your knowledge. Well, that's awesome. But first, make sure you download my spreadsheet I created just for you and practice. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments below. Have fun and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more awesome videos. Bye!